I'm going back to back to back to back. Winds going and count them up. Greetings, Aries, all placement. Some of my Aries, there are back-to-back wins. Again, take it whatever side of the fence you're on. You can also be dealing with someone with strong Aries placements, but Aries, there are back-to-back wins here after a long season of not winning, and people can feel like something is really unfair. You know, I said this in, I want to say maybe it was Gemini's reading and like Capricorn's reading or Taurus's reading, but basically it's like a group of moths making fun of a cocoon, but they don't realize that the cocoon is going to become a butterfly with like bigger wings, lots of colors, all this extravaganza, and the moths are just like, you know, plain gray, etc. But they're making fun of the cocoon that can't fly, that doesn't have, you know, an expression, that seems stuck. Like something has been stuck for a really long time, and a whole group of moths got really comfortable seeing someone in their cocoon phase, and now that someone is like birthing into this beautiful butterfly, it's like there's more color, there's more opportunities, they can go further than the moths. Like there's something here where people are just like stank face. So someone is upset because they're watching and obsessively watching someone's back to back to back wins, but they are well deserved. It's giving someone has just accrued karma over time. It's like someone has had loss after loss after loss after loss. It's giving the whole like 7 years of famine followed by 7 years of feasting, and it's like a bunch of people, a whole society, friends, family, lovers, just got used to seeing somebody in the 7 years of famine, and they're like, oh, well, you know, poor so-and-so, they're just never going to amount to anything. They're always going to stay, you know, in this way. They're always going to stay in this tax bracket. They're always going to stay in that small town. They're always going to stay at that one job. They're always, always, always. And it's like all these people speaking over somebody's life. Let's break it down, Aries. Spelling is spell. So even when people are like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. Okay, but spelling is literally the definition of putting symbols together to create a meaning to something. People having thoughts. When you have thoughts, you have words. Words are symbols put together to spell. So people are casting spells over people's lives just by having repeated thoughts negatively over someone staying in a certain tax bracket, staying in a certain town, staying in a certain, you know, way of health or a certain body type or something. It's like these people are all really heavily putting pressure. But what withstands the most pressure than any other gem? The diamond, which is Aries' birthstone. So Aries, it's giving the diamond is fully coming to the surface, and it's really taking these people off. She says, you're a super salty bitch. You ain't one of us. You keep chasing me, but you're not catching up. So someone is also like, wait, what? And they can't catch up. Then she says, it's work hard, play hard, and get your own purse. Then lock it down with somebody who loves you at your worst. I'm a nice girl with some nice dreams, but it's F you if you don't like me. So someone also, I'm hearing no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Nice Girl. Aries, people are just like, oh, the audacity. They're like flabbergasted. They're like, wait, what? You're always so nice. You always let us get all over on you. And so now people can have like the stink face because they can't get over on Aries anymore like they used to. Aries isn't over, you know, over catering or isn't over giving. It's like people who were used to being entitled to someone's energy are realizing that they're no longer entitled to that person's energy. And someone now has responsibilities. Someone is now on their path. Something is gaining traction. People didn't want something to gain traction. People always wanted something to stay low and slow. And that's just not the way anymore. I was also hearing Riders on the Storm. We ride at dawn. So Warzone, we ride at dawn. Someone is like really sticking up for themselves, but Rider on the Storm by Snoop Dogg. You know how we do it. It's a trip. People don't even believe that we're together right now. Tell your story. You know, the one that I like. So this can also be people thinking that they did the most to keep two people from being in a relationship, to keep a company from hiring someone, to keep someone from moving into a certain situation or moving out of a situation. It's giving gatekeeping, which I believe came through in Capricorn's reading. So again, very much dealing strongly with Capricorn, Taurus, and Gemini, or having that somewhere in your chart. But it's like people did not want to see these two people together at all in any way, shape, or form. It's a trip. It's going to be a trip when people come out. You know, it's kind of honestly giving the whole Coldplay concert thing, because even though they both resigned, it's like if they really love each other, then they should just divorce their spouses and get married to each other. Even though that wouldn't be a popular thing and people wouldn't like that, it's like if that's the authentic truth in their own hearts, then they should do that. Like someone here needs to do something despite the popularity of others. It's about being authentic to your truth and what you really love or what you're really about, Aries. And it's giving a lot of my Aries are in a space where, you know, I'm a nice girl with some nice dreams, but it's F you if you don't like me. Like you're a super salty bee, you know, I'm just going to own my truth. And you know what? It doesn't seem to involve a certain place, a certain city, a certain work situation, or certain relationships anymore. Also, I was getting Late to the Party by Casey Musgraves. You know, in that song, we're gonna look real good and we're gonna look real rude, but I'm never late to the party if I'm late to the party with you. So, you know, someone, they can look really rude for showing up to something, but it's like they only look really rude because it's like, oh my gosh, did you see them? He ended up marrying the girl that he cheated on his wife with. It's like, okay, well, yeah, maybe he should have divorced his wife first, but he's with the person that he actually loves. So like, why are you really going to get mad at him? Even though it was a messed up way how they got together, he's with the person that he actually really loves, and he has a backbone and the courage enough to actually say, you know what? I know we're gonna look real rude, but this is my truth. And I'm sorry that it started out the way that it started out, but this is my truth, so I'm going to own it. You know, they're blowing up our phones, asking where we are. Just tell them that we're almost there, but we're not even in the car. But yeah, I'm never late to the party if I'm late to the party with you. Someone is just, yeah, who needs a crowd when you're happy at a party for two? The whole world can wait because I'm never late to the party if I'm late to the party with you. Someone is like, you know what? Everyone asks so much of us, but it's just the two of us. It's giving just the two of us. We can make it if we try. So someone really wants to make something work, Aries. I was also hearing Lithuania by Big Sean and Travis Scott. Bish, I'm back and it's up. PSA. I'm too fleek to take off all my stuff for the TSA. I might go extra just so I can see the look on their face. So someone here can also, you know, want to step out with a flare, going out with a bang is what I'm hearing. Bang, bang. I don't know. Be careful with pew-pews. I was also hearing Deserve You More by Music Soul Child. Tell me who knows you better, baby, than I do. Said it out of your own mouth, so I ain't even gotta say that, ooh. I'm just trying to make this thing right. How could you think that I could ever be better without you? I am explaining what I'm fighting for. Girl, there's no one who deserves you more. So the strain of the arguments only brought us closer together in spite of it all. The thought of losing you to another dude is so depressing, ooh. Yeah, so someone here really is wanting to make a comeback, Aries. Someone wants to give it another spin. Someone wants to do another go around. Someone here does not want to lose you to someone. Someone doesn't care anymore what a whole society thinks because someone feels like, you know what, we're meant to be together. We belong together. Someone feels like this is a spiritual ordained connection. This is, you know, like the light and the dark. This is like Buffy and Angel. This is like Romeo and Juliet. It's giving, you know, like different races or different backgrounds, different tax brackets, different religious beliefs, but it is a wish fulfillment. It's like someone's like, you know what, I'm sick of living for everybody else in my life just being pushed to the wayside, my desires being pushed to the wayside to make everyone else happy around me. Literally, so many people are going to be like, what? It's going to be a trip. People are going to be tripping over themselves when they see two people pop out on the scene. Yeah, people are going to feel left out. Now, this can also be people being really upset because it's like people know that once this union gets together that they're going to be left out, that they're either going to be fired, or this is like a mom that's like a helicopter mom to her son, and she's like, I don't want my son to get married because then I'm losing my little boy. You know, this is a family that doesn't want their daughter to get married because then, you know, they're losing, like literally, it's giving like a family or a group or work situation is trying their hardest and darndest to keep someone single so that they can keep using them and keep their energy, and they just don't want this person to break away and make a whole dang family. 10 of Pentacles, which it's like, okay, so you don't even really love your daughter or son. That company doesn't even really respect the person because they don't want someone to actually be happy and flourish. They want to keep someone single and alone so that they can constantly use them and siphon their energy. It's like someone is so upset if someone actually goes towards something really loving, nourishing, and fulfilling that really can create, it's like everyone else is allowed to have a gorgeous family, but Aries, someone tried the most to keep you from having that, but it's time. It's giving God, like literally, the aces are God's hand. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. It is time for someone to have a love that actually leads to marriage and strong fulfillment that is not just emotionally fulfilling and nourishing, but is a very strong sacred union, power couple vibes, twin flame, if you believe in that thing. Yeah, this can also be someone from the past, Aries. So someone can be having to choose between something new or someone from the past. And for some of my Aries, it is something from the past. This can even be a past job situation. Someone wants to come back around. This can also be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo who wants to come back around. Intimacy was definitely off the charts with the Devil and the Ace of Wands energy. Someone just wasn't emotionally mature enough or stable enough with their finances previously to really make someone a wife, but now someone is ready for that whole happy family. Maybe someone can also, it can be pressing on them that they're ready to have kids and they've, you know, been living their player lifestyle and they're not enjoying that anymore, and it's like they keep thinking about on the one that they lost, the one that got away, the one that their heart really belongs to. Yeah, and the Queen of Wands is wanting to come out King of Wands. It's like someone can't deny themselves anymore. Someone can't deny where their heart is, and it's literally going to tick off so many people, Aries, but it's giving so what? Like, it's not their life, it's your life, and you need to do what is true for you and what is true to you. And it does seem that this connection is honestly God blessed, but it's going to tick off so many people. Bless you.